Paddy Pimblett sends a strong warning to Michael Chandler, vowing to finish him inside 2 rounds. While he acknowledged Chandler's experience and credentials, having shared the cage with elite names like Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier, and former champion Charles Oliveira, Paddy made it clear that he isn't fazed by the challenge. He described Chandler as a very good opponent and a respectful person, but emphasized that the fight business is about competition, not friendships. He stated that he always goes in with a game plan and fully intends to execute it. While their fight might be scheduled for 5 rounds, he doesn't see it lasting that long, predicting that Chandler won't make it past the 2nd round. Beyond Chandler, Paddy also spoke about potential future matchups, mentioning that he could face either Islam Makhachev or Ilia Topuria next. While he acknowledged Conor McGregor as the biggest money fight, he seemed particularly motivated by the idea of fighting Topuria. He recalled their heated history, especially when El Matador confronted him in London, and made it clear that it's a fight he has wanted for a long time. Paddy mocked Ilia, saying that he is still mentioning his name in interviews years after the incident, and he'd love to face him in the octagon.
Yeah, he's been in there with Gaethje, Poirier, Hooker, and former champ Charles Oliveira. He lost the title fight to him, so he's a former UFC world title challenger, and he's a very good opponent. You know what I mean? I wouldn't take nothing away from him. I think he's a very good opponent. I think he's a nice human being as well. I've met him before. He's a nice dude, but it's the fight business, and I'm going in there to finish him. You know, I have a game plan when I go in there and I try and implement it, and people think it's gonna go 5 rounds. Like, it might be scheduled for 5, but I can't see him lasting more than 2. So obviously Conor's the money fight. Ilia's what do we say? I don't know, it's a bitter one. It's a fight that I wanna do. You know, ever since he tried to steal it on me in London, I've always wanted to beat him up, and he's still talking about me in interviews, making lies up. So I'd love to batter that little midget, but it's more about the belt for me, more than anything.
In a recent interview, Sean Strickland's coach, Eric Nixick, shared a strange story from his gym involving Khamzat Chimaev, Darren Till, and an unexpected challenger. According to Coach, a man walked into the gym and boldly challenged the best fighters there, insisting that he would use highly unconventional tactics. The man specifically warned them that he would employ what he called pointing techniques, which involved poking the throat and targeting unusual parts of the body. Things escalated even further when the man began biting and using bizarre strategies against the fighters, making the entire situation even more chaotic. Nixick also spoke about the rivalry between Khamzat Chimaev and Sean Strickland, suggesting that their public feud might not be entirely genuine. He pointed out that despite their heated exchanges outside the gym, the 2 fighters actually seemed quite friendly when training together. He even speculated that they might be messaging each other and coordinating what they planned to say next. In the gym, they appeared to get along just fine, which contrasts with the aggressive energy they display in public.
Yeah, they're probably messaging each other, telling what they're going to say next. Who knows? But yeah, they seem like they got along just fine when they're training at the gym. I loved having Khamzat in the gym. I loved having Darren Till in the gym. One was like a guy came in and he was it the pressure Denmark? Where like he's like, if I do this pressure point, your fucking liver is gonna fall out of your butt or something. I don't know, like just crazy shit. And he came in on one of our grappling practices. Check this out, bud. Ripping this guy's arm out, and then we just proceeded to mop the maps of this poor guy. So we've gotten all kinds of crazy people that come through the gym, man. And at the end of the day, we're all freaking outlaws in a gym anyway. So we fit right in. So do they. I'm pretty sure it was him. I remember him. I think he bit somebody at the end of the session and was out. Yeah, I'm almost positive that like he was caught in a triangle, and the first thing he thought to do was to bite. Like he bit the person. I remember like him getting up and like running out of the gym. And I was like, why'd that guy run out of the gym? And the other guy's like looking, he's like, he just fucking bit me. I was like, why'd you let go of the choke? You should have put him to sleep.
Khamzat faced major backlash after this. This guy doesn't realize who he's going up against. Dricus will eat him up. He should focus on training. Chimaev should focus on DDP instead of beating on random fans at the gym. Pathetic. Chimaev has his sights set on championship gold and is expected to challenge Dricus du Plessis for the UFC middleweight title later this year. This will be Chimaev's first shot at UFC gold, marking a pivotal moment in his career. Earlier this week, former interim welterweight champ Colby Covington was asked how Jon Jones would fare against the interim heavyweight champion Tom Aspinall, the matchup that every MMA fan is eager to see. As expected, Colby went off ripping into Jones with some trash talk.
But do you think Tom Aspinall's the guy to beat Jon Jones?
For sure. John's scared of him. He's ducking him, man. He don't want to fight Tom Aspinall. That's why he's like, oh, I'll vacate the title. I'll fight the number 10 guy. He's scared. Why do people think Jon Jones is a GOAT? He literally destroyed his legacy by ducking Tom Aspinall. The guy's a bitch. He's a coward, and he's a woman beater. He beat his wife. You, Jon Jones.
All right, thank you, Colby. Appreciate it.
The clip quickly went viral on Instagram and caught Jones's attention, leading him to leave a comment under it. If jealousy was an actual person, this is exactly what it would look like. I haven't seen Colby in person literally since college. For him to have this much hatred, it could only mean one thing. I mean, look at that passion in his eyes. What a sad boy. Colby and Jones have a long-standing beef that goes back years, starting from the time they were college roommates at Iowa Central Community College. What started as a friendly relationship between the two quickly turned into serious beef, and now it's a non-stop back and forth of trash talk. Colby doesn't hold back when it comes to throwing shade at Jones. He's called him a terrible roommate, saying he was irresponsible and had questionable behavior back in the day. He even claimed he's seen Jones take steroids in the dressing room. Colby takes it even further, using Jones's personal scandals to add fuel to his insults. Colby loves reminding everyone about it, always jumping at the chance to talk trash. Jones, though, reacts to Colby's trash talk every single time. He fires back, calling Colby a loudmouth with a fake personality and trashing his whole self-promotion act. The two have been going at it for years, and anytime one of them brings up the other, it starts a whole new round of insults. Alex Pereira isn't worried about critics claiming he's not training hard enough for his UFC return. Pereira will defend his light heavyweight title against Magomed Ankalaev at UFC 313 on March 8th. Ahead of the fight, Daniel Cormier and others questioned Pereira's commitment, pointing to his recent travels in Australia and carefree social media posts. In a recent interview, Pereira reassured his critics, explaining that his team traveled with him to Sydney to ensure his training stayed on track. He also compared the situation to last year's short notice rematch against Yuri Prochazka at UFC 303, emphasizing that everything this time was planned. Quote, what I can say to DC and a bunch of the other specialists that have been saying that I shouldn't have gone out there. I've been in this situation before. It's actually been worse before when I was in Australia and had signed up to fight and didn't even know I was going to fight, but this time it was all very planned out. I knew what I wanted to do. I took basically my whole team down there. There were 8 people in Australia with me, so we knew exactly what we were doing and we planned it all. A lot of people are talking about the traveling and all of the trips. Maybe it's not the ideal situation, but I feel like I'm very experienced with that, and I've done this a million times, to be honest. End quote. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for daily MMA news.